Did you just tell them Happy Christmas and Merry New Year?
Yeah, of course, because...
Another weekend is here, and this weekend we're gonna cover Matchday 18, Matchday 19, and Matchday 20. But first of all, we have to do a review of what happened over the weekend.
The last Matchday, which is Matchday 18, right? Or 17.
Yep. Right. The Gunners, the Elephant, back on top, following a 2-0 victory over Brighton. A game you got a correct score.
Nope.
It was
Arsenal?
Not Arsenal, it was Chelsea.
Chelsea
beating Sheffield United, it was expected. A team which is struggling. Gor Mahia wanted a friendly, actually. And you predicted it to be 2-0. And it happened. Congratulations, man. That was amazing.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
Not easy getting correct scores. Moving on, and I said the Gunners returned to the top of the table with a 2-0 victory over Brighton, while Liverpool failed to reclaim the top spot after they were held to a surprising goalless draw by United, a determined team I saw. We're going to be discussing that later. And of course, Tottenham made it 2 wins in a row, beating Nottingham Forest 3 goals to 1. It is a game, of course, I got a correct score, and I add another correct score, Newcastle.
Wait. Tottenham won 2 goals to nil, right?
Was it 2 goals?
Yeah, Tottenham won 2 goals to nil. And you had said they will have a correct score, a clean sheet, I mean.
I said another clean sheet, another win. And I also got a correct score for Newcastle United.
Especially the Newcastle match. Very, very, very difficult to have a correct score because Newcastle at home, they sometimes score a lot of goals, sometimes they score very few goals. So it's very hard to get a correct score for those kinds of matches. No
KDB, yes, problem. Manchester City, for the first time, they threw a 2 goals lead against Crystal Palace. We saw Mateta doing his things. And of course, they led 2 goals to nil and at 2-2. You are close to getting a correct score.
So close, but so far away. Olise with a calm penalty to make it 2-2 at the death. And painful for us, but good for football because they deserve the point anyway.
So now I think that's all what happened over the weekend. And pick one match, not Manchester.
Well, I'll start with how the table looks like. And as a Man United fan, still not so good, especially that the Elephant is back at the top. In the previous video, I said I hate the Elephant, and they are back at the top. Well, it's good. We'll see what happens.
How do you feel
next now? We'll see, because you're going to face Liverpool.
No, for now.
And for now,
forget about
it's not good. I just said it's not good. Well, so I'll pick a match, and of course, it's the biggest match that was there during the weekend, and it was the goalless draw between Liverpool and Manchester United. So many people, even me inclusive, we thought Liverpool was going to trash, not just beat Manchester United, but look where we are. Another clean sheet for Onana. I think he has 6 now, more than any other goalkeeper in the Premier League. Good for him. It will add more confidence to him. And I'll talk about maybe just a little of how Man United managed to grab a draw. The first draw at this season.
In the Premier League.
For Liverpool's case, this is the first team that managed to get a point from Anfield. So,
and also the team which tried to stop
Liverpool from scoring. So it's a good result.
And it's the team with negative goal difference. Continue.
We don't care about that.
Right.
So it's a good result for Man United because I like the way they were organized defensively. And I'm not the only one who liked. All Arsenal fans enjoyed the masterclass of Ten Hag by defending at Anfield. So I like the way Varane made so many clearances in that game. And of course, there were moments where you could think Liverpool would have scored. But at the end of the day, the result is 0-0. And what I'll say is Manchester United need to build up from that. They've been defending, sometimes in games they've been defending well. Sometimes they're off at like all the games. So I feel like it's a place now they can start improving towards attack, and they should stick to Varane as the centre back, not bringing in Luke Shaw at the LCB, and we will see the games that they will play during this period in the match days that are coming. So that is the match. How about?
I want to talk about the elephant at the top of the table, and I saw Arsenal creating a lot of chances, but they could not score. And I don't want to talk much about it. I just want to tell Arsenal fans, if you want to win the league, only one position need to reinforce during the winter or January transfer window, and that is, can you guess?
Of course I know.
Yes.
Should be the striking position.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Arsenal need a lethal and clinical finisher. Not somebody like Gabriel Jesus should be actually be acting as a second striker. That means not Nketiah. I saw Nketiah is being linked to moves to West Ham and also Brentford. Could be a good deal if Arsenal can get Nketiah leaves and you get Tony, and you only just tell him don't be betting. Okay. Yeah, so I think it was a good game. Arsenal going to the top of the table, keeping a clean sheet, and once again Arteta is unveiling the monster in Kai Havertz.
Kai Havertz, yeah.
So him like netting.
The man has found his feet and is doing amazing for the
He has more goals than the entire United forward.
We don't care about that.
Sancho.
Sancho has barely played.
We don't care. So you just told me you don't care. So Sancho, there is Sancho, Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund. So like, yeah. Anyway, anything else before we dive into?
Nothing entirely, but Chelsea's clean sheet as well was
there is a
good.
Player from
the game that was abandoned between Luton and Bourmouth, who was stretchered off with a bad injury, and he collapsed actually. He collapsed, and it wasn't good to see, but we wish him a quick recovery. Speaking of injured things, let's bring in Chelsea.
Injured things?
Chelsea did well last weekend. They won 2-0, a good result for them. They can build it from there. In the cup, they are now in the semi-finals of the EPL Cup, and it's something that can build their confidence. So
only one bum
away from
Chelsea. Going back to
the championship
factory settings.
Well, we don't know about that yet, so we cannot work with the unknown. We work with what we see, and they won 2-0, and they qualified for the semi-finals. Yeah, and we wait and see who they'll be facing this weekend before we talk much more about them.
Right. Of course, we're gonna see in from the fixtures we have right now.
Yep.
And I'll go straight to the defending champions, Manchester City, will be up against Brentford this weekend.
Manchester City will be playing the Club World Cup, won't they? The Brentford match was postponed.
Yes.
So I think
they played on
Urawa. They won against Urawa, and
I saw some of the fans talking about. Like that's a small team, of course. I don't know the criteria they're using to ensure Manchester City meets the likes of Vissel Kobe.
But these are the best clubs that have performed in their continent, so they will meet the best in Europe.
What are you calling the best?
Urawa Diamonds is the best in the Asian Champions League.
Right.
What have you eaten today?
I really don't know.
You are really off.
Let's go to what Man City will the team City will face after
in the Matchday 19.
Yes, Matchday.
All right.
19.
Manchester City will be playing against Everton, but I feel like before we go to any of the match in Matchday 19, we should start. And I can see Aston Villa will be playing Sheffield United in Matchday 18.
All right.
So can we talk about maybe that match, and then we'll look towards the next ones in the next match days?
All right.
Yeah. So Aston Villa will host Sheffield at home, and if you remember very well, we will have Liverpool versus Arsenal as our feature match. And we are now naming teams that are contesting for the title up there, number 1, 2, and 3. So for Aston Villa versus Sheffield, I think Aston Villa have been through a tough period, winning very difficult games, and games like these against Sheffield United should not be a problem to them. So before I give my prediction, maybe what do you have to say about the match?
I think Aston Villa is a team which just has come to trouble the top 4 teams. I have a feeling eventually Aston Villa will drop.
at some point.
Their gas will be over very soon, probably at around March, Feb, March. That's when I'll say Villa will be dropping. We saw it with Everton sometimes back. Wolves did it, Newcastle have done it, but now it's Villa. Yes, they're enjoying the moment and they're carried away by the victory we saw over the weekend. They came so close to losing until there was a red card. They came from a goal down to secure a 2-1 victory. However, this match against Sheffield should not be a trouble. I've watched Sheffield United's match and they're not playing. It's not convincing. So I would say a 3-0 win for Aston Villa.
That's a very convincing win, and I feel like it should be around the same. The difference is I'm gonna go for Aston Villa 2-0 in this match because I feel like they will win this match.
Another clean sheet for Martinez.
Yes, and they will go top of the table, awaiting for what happens the rest of the day. But remember, in Matchday 19, Aston Villa will be playing against Manchester United.
So it is good evening
versus Mr. Baldman Ten Hag.
Who is home, who is away?
Man United are at home, hosting Aston Villa.
Making it even tough for United. But I know United now, I think it's time. We're going to talk about Bruno Fernandes. He wasn't available when United faced Liverpool, and I saw totally different team. Very well organized at the back in the midfield. Only, let's say, attack, it wasn't that perfect because if you are clinical, you could have beaten actually Liverpool at Anfield. But then again, do you think Bruno Fernandes is a player who has been bringing imbalance in United team?
Currently, I'd say yes. And the reason is you can easily see it. Every time he's in the game, we have been struggling much.
More complaints than performance.
He tries to create more chances than making simple passes fast. So that's why he also creates a lot of chances. But if you look at the defensive perspective, that's the problem. And the reason why that happens is because when we have had injuries, when Casemiro is out, we usually lack someone in the midfield to try and hold it for us. So Ten Hag, with his tactics, he's been playing Bruno in very deep in the midfield. That's why we have lost balance. But when he wasn't there, our focus was to defend that game, and that's why we managed to defend against Liverpool. So he brings some imbalance, but it's also due to the injuries that we have, and it's also because the tactics that Ten Hag is putting him to play in the game.
So that means he should be back after suspension?
Yes, he should.
He just had one match suspension because of the yellow cards accumulation. And I think now the return of Bruno Fernandes will change everything and will expose United. He reminds me of Mesut Ozil at Arsenal. Very creative going forward, but when you lose the ball, you realize like you are one man less.
So what do you think about the game?
I think Aston Villa will get a win at Old Trafford.
Wow.
And I'm going for a 2-1 victory. Rock, I know you're very mad, but it is what it is, man.
Well, I differ with you, but not so much, because I feel like Aston Villa will not win this match. But Manchester United will also not win this match. So there's a possibility. There's a possibility of a 1-1 or 2-2 draw. But I'm gonna stick with 1-1 because I'm sure the defensive masterclass of Manchester United will still continue. And on Matchday 20, Aston Villa will be facing Burnley now. Aston Villa will be back at home.
That's his win.
How many goals?
No discussion. I'll just give. Burnley is a good team. Of course, they defend as a unit. But then again, Aston Villa will find a way to break them. 2-0.
2-0 victory for Villa. Okay, this is the match that now I'll go for a 3-1 victory. I feel like Burnley will score 1 and Aston Villa will score 3. So a 3-1 victory for Aston Villa. And that means on my end, Aston Villa could or be on the top of the table.
Depending on the results of
Liverpool and Arsenal after those 3 matches. Well, coming back to match day number 18, we have West Ham playing Manchester United.
Yes. Good game. I think
Moyes will be hosting his former team that he managed.
I think this is a good match. I don't expect a lot of goals, and I expect United to get a win here because I feel they perform even better away from home. And I'm giving Onana the 7th
clean sheet
of the season.
Something good you've said about Manchester United.
I'm going to give United a 1-0 victory.
Wow. This is the exact scoreline that I wanted to go by. And
do not change it.
I'm not changing it because I feel like it's also going to happen.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a game of where it's very much tight.
Yeah.
And if they're also putting in mind West Ham will not want to concede a lot of goals. So I'm also giving Manchester United a 1-0 victory on this one. So on Matchday 19 on Boxing Day, that is when Manchester United will play Aston Villa.
We've already mentioned that. Yes. So the third match?
The third match, Matchday 20, they will be away to Nottingham Forest. What do you think?
Nottingham is a good team, especially. Nottingham and Luton, they play so well at home. I think they have somehow their home advantage.
Yep.
They know how their field looks like and how they play. But either way, United will get a win. So I'm going to give United something like 2-1 victory, because Nottingham Forest, if they're not that good at the back, then Bruno might even make it worse, something like 3-1.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be a game where both teams are scoring.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna give Manchester United a 3-1 victory on that. So meaning in the next few matches, Manchester United should at least get at least 6 points. They will have to decide
maybe
on their own.
7.
Yeah. Coming back on Matchday 18, we have we will talk also about Newcastle because they are top 4 contenders, but we'll do it quickly. So they're gonna be playing Luton twice.
Yeah.
And the first match is away from home, meaning they will be at the Kenilworth Road. Yeah. So Newcastle will travel to Luton, and they will play again against Luton at home on Matchday 2019. Which is 26th on Boxing Day. So what do you think about these two fixtures for them?
6 points for Newcastle United. Newcastle United lost and they exited the cup to when they lost on penalties to Chelsea on Tuesday. So I feel the first game gonna be both teams scoring and Newcastle United getting a 2-1 victory, while the reverse fixture will be at home for Newcastle United, and I'm gonna now give them something like a 3-1. A
3-1 victory.
Yes.
Well, I tend to differ. Luton at home has been a team that is making a lot of giving the teams around the money. So I feel like that game will end in a 1-1 draw, but the reverse fixture will make Newcastle win at least 3-1. And then on Matchday 20, where is 30th of December, we'll have Newcastle visiting Anfield.
Wow. You see, Newcastle United are still depleted with their squad in terms of injuries, though some players are returning. Although when you return doesn't mean you'll be fully fit. There's a win for Liverpool, and I'm gonna give Liverpool 2-1 victory.
That's the most probable result. And you mentioned injuries, and Anton Gordon also got injured in the cup against Chelsea.
Very important player.
And I see that affecting them. And in these kinds of matches, if he's not gonna be available because we don't know the length of the injury that he has, then I think Liverpool will win this one, and I'm gonna go for a 3-1 victory for Liverpool. Well, we come back to Matchday 18, where we have Tottenham vs Everton. What do you think?
Wow. Everton is a team which is now rising, and we've seen that getting wins, win against Chelsea, which is very, very important. They feel motivated right now. I think they also won their cup.
Yes.
And gonna be a tough match. But I don't know why I'm going for a Tottenham win. I'm gonna give Spurs 2-1 win over Everton.
Well, that's the closest it can come, and I'm also agreeing with you that this is a game where it will be difficult for them, but again, I think Everton will score and Tottenham will score more, and it's gonna be a 2-1 victory as well for me. On Matchday 19, we have Tottenham away now to Brighton.
Interesting. These are goals galore, actually. And Everton will score, Brighton will score, and if just to remind you, there is no team which has trapped Brighton in front of the goal, like at the back. They are stopping the likes of Stupinan and Mitoma hasn't been that easy. The likes of Ferguson, those guys are attacking until they met
They met Arsenal.
And their coach, De Zerbi, said, like, I've never been, like, pinned down by a team this season like Arsenal did. So that means they're going to return. They'll be attacking full force, of course. And I'm going to give them a 2-2 draw.
A 2-2 draw?
Yes.
Well, it's a match that is most likely to end in a draw. And I also feel the same.
Goals.
But now, you remember in our bet slip, I had them both teams to score. And that's why I'll go for a 1-1 draw as well. Yeah, so moving on, Tottenham will be hosting Bourmouth in Matchday 20. What do you think about this game?
But Bournemouth should not be a trouble for Spurs. And like I said, Ange feels right now like this team is just coming back from the woes they had. But now, this should be another easy win for Tottenham. I'm going to give them something like 2-0 win for Spurs.
2-0 win for Spurs. Yeah, it should be, but I still feel like Tottenham might grab more than 2 goals.
Okay.
And it's going to be a 3-0 or 3-1. 3-1 victory for Spurs.
Okay.
Well, before we talk about our future match, which is Liverpool versus Arsenal, I want us to focus now on Chelsea because they also look like they have an easy fixture, but it turns out sometimes it's not an easy fixture for them.
It's easy on paper for them.
Yes, and they will be, on Matchday 18, they will be facing Wolves away from home. And then, should we talk about that first before I give the other match?
You can just list them, then you can start.
And then Chelsea will be hosting now Crystal Palace at home in Matchday 19. And in Matchday 20, Chelsea will be playing Luton away from home. So it's Wolves away.
Wolves away.
And then Palace at home.
Then Luton.
And then Luton. What do you think?
There is a possibility of Chelsea claiming 9 points. Starting with Wolves, I feel Wolves are not the team which I saw at the start of the season. So at the start of the season, they had some good games. Losing to United 1-0, a game which somehow they dominated. Beating Manchester City.
Yep.
Also, so that's like, it looks like a tough match.
Yep.
But I'm going to give Chelsea the edge.
The edge.
Of 2-1.
2-1 victory.
Yes.
Well, Chelsea have now started to play Petrovic, the new keeper, ahead of Sanchez. And he's a giant of a goalkeeper. And
very
this
young
match,
and tall, actually.
Yeah, I think they might keep a clean sheet, although they will win also. And I'm going for a 2-0 victory for Chelsea. So how about Crystal Palace at home?
Wow. Now, that's tough. That's tough. I said, yes, Chelsea could get at least 9 points. But then again, against Crystal Palace, they're going to be trouble. I don't know, I feel like giving them a 2-2 draw. Yes.
Yeah, it's possible. I agree with you because Crystal Palace has always been a team which is troubling the big teams that we know. But again, I still feel like Chelsea on this one at home, they might feel more confident and comfortable, and they might emerge winners with a 2-1 victory. So how about Luton? Maybe just going to us.
Luton, who is home?
Luton is at home.
Wow.
Kenilworth Road.
2-0 victory for Chelsea.
2-0 victory.
It is a game. Luton know how to use their field well. Now we saw it against City. Came so close to getting a draw or even beating City. Also against Arsenal, it looked like it was heading for a 3-2 victory, then 3-3 draw. But Arsenal grabbed a win in the late at death, courtesy of Declan Rice. And Chelsea will get the win, but not more than 2 goals.
No, not more than 2 goals.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Luton do well at home in terms of defense, and they also score. So in this match, though, I don't think Chelsea will win it because Kenilworth Road has been a place where most teams don't just grab a win. Arsenal grabbed a last-minute win. Man City...
they had to sweat for the 3 points.
So for Chelsea, this is the games I think they will draw again, and I feel like they'll end in 1-1 draw.
You see, that field stadium for Luton reminds me, do you remember a stadium we used to call Britannia?
Britannia Stadium, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stoke City.
Stoke City Stadium.
You couldn't get 3 points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, before we talk about Liverpool and Arsenal, of course, we have another match, which is Everton versus Manchester City. They will be playing in Matchday 19, and Everton will be hosting Manchester City.
No, these are the games Pep
After
Guardiola
Club World Cup, yes.
will not entertain.
Uh-huh.
Because by the time City start playing those matches, they'll be like 1 game behind other teams. Now, he'll look at the point gap which he has between Arsenal and also probably Liverpool. Let's also say Aston Villa. So he knows he has to close the gap. If you slip in terms of points, this is where things go bad for your team. And I'm gonna give City 3-0
victory against.
Yes.
I don't think away from home they will grab the clean sheet, as you say. I think they will concede, and they will struggle as well, because Everton are trying to prove a point to most of the teams right now after the points deduction. And I'm gonna go for.
And I heard they're gonna be deducted 1 more point. Okay.
Trouble for them, but they're doing well for themselves with the situation that is there. So I'm gonna feel like it will be a back and forth kind of game, and it will end in a 2-1 Manchester City win. Well, after Everton, Manchester City will host Sheffield United at home on 30th of December. What do you think about this game?
Trouble for Sheffield. There is no way they're stopping Man City. I feel Sheffield United will be blown away by Man City, and I'm going to give City 4-0.
Well, it's as close as that. It could be more than those goals, and this will depend on how available KDB will be.
He cannot
back.
feature.
I'm not sure if he'll feature or not, but he's back in training, which is good for Manchester City. But I feel like it's going to be a thumping, and it's going to be 3+ goals. So I would agree with you 4-0, but in this case, I'm just going to go for a 3-0 victory, because I also don't know if Haaland will still be fit by that time. Well, after all those games, I think now we can focus on number 1 and number 2, which is Liverpool versus Arsenal on Matchday 18th on 23rd of December. What do you think about this match?
Wow.
Or we look at it in broad, because we will be looking at the team news, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can check the team news. I'll check for the Gunners. I think no, apart from the long-term injuries, the likes of Uren Timber, I hear Thomas Partey is back to training, but there was a rumor he could be on the bench against Liverpool, and I feel if he is fit, then don't play him, because this match I feel comes too soon for him. Apart from that, I doubt if there is another injury. Smith Rowe is back for the Gunners, and he has featured. He played well over the weekend. So no more injuries for the Gunners. Our other players should be fit.
Yeah, for Liverpool is almost the same, aside from left back Robertson, who's out. And I think their goalkeeper Alisson is back. He's played 1 game, I think, after his injury. And McAllister as well is a doubt for Liverpool. And these are 2 key players for them, because I don't see Tsimikas doing so well. He's not putting in the shift that Robertson does. And for McAllister the same, because in the midfield you will feel like as much as when he plays, Liverpool look like they don't play a CDM, I think he still does better in terms of fluidity and attack. So it shows you how maybe in their midfield they could be exposed. And if you compare maybe the 2 midfields as well, you can check and see that Arsenal right now have better midfield in terms of quality and things like those. So those are the team news. How about team form? I think these are number 1 and number 2 teams, and they're all doing well. Aside from maybe just losing 1 match for Arsenal lost against Newcastle. Right?
They've lost against Newcastle and Aston Villa.
And for Liverpool, they only lost against
Tottenham
2-1. And there's another match I think they lost. Is there? Maybe they've drawn. They've drawn against Brighton, and a number of draws. So these are 2 teams on form. Last 5 matches, I think Arsenal lost that Aston Villa game. For Liverpool, they've been winning. So form-wise, it's difficult. It's tough because everyone is on form. How about head-to-head?
Head-to-head last season, Arsenal didn't lose to Liverpool. They beat Liverpool 3-2 at the Emirates, and they
drew 2-2.
They drew 2-2 away. But another thing we need to check, it's Anfield. When was the last time Arsenal picked a win at Anfield?
I think it's long ago. Could be Wenger's time or something, because it has been massacre for Liverpool, for Arsenal, during those days where they used to get 6 goals against the likes of Firmino. So it tells you how much this game is going to be difficult. Yeah. And for predictions, well, Arteta Ball vs Klopp, Arsenal away from home. Arsenal have been good defensively, and this is what is going to make the difference in this game. However, I feel like Liverpool, they will feel wounded after not even scoring 1 goal against Manchester United. So they have to score at least 2 or 1 goal in this game. So Liverpool to score must in this game. So it will depend with how many goals Arsenal will score, and I don't think they will be more than Liverpool, and that's why I'm going for Liverpool 2, Arsenal 1.
Interesting. There's a match we're gonna see battle in the midfield, and like you said, Arsenal's midfield is much better, and I feel now it is time Arsenal. Mikel Arteta knows if you want to dominate this game, you need to pick it from the midfield. And that's where we have the likes of Declan Rice, Martin Odegaard, and also playing somebody like, let's say, Kai Havertz could also feature there. We've been having issues with the attack. We're scoring goals, but depending on the chances being created, they don't match the goals being scored. And I think Arsenal gonna pick. It is time for Arsenal to pick a win at Anfield after a very long time.
Wow!
Because Liverpool, the midfield is not up to the task. What Man United did is they allowed Liverpool to have the ball, but they did not concede. They were well organized. It is something Arsenal can replicate. Going ahead, and I
try to hit on the counter.
Yes, I feel they have Liverpool at the back. Konate, partnership of Konate and Van Dijk has been good, but not that so good. So there is chance the likes of Kai Havertz could take on the wing, Tsimikas up against Martinelli, and of course Saka on the other wing. So I'm gonna give Arsenal a win, a 2-1 victory.
In your dreams at Anfield, in your dreams. Well, we move on
if United
to
picked a point.
The Matchday 19. And now we're going to go quickly on those because they're just small matches for these two teams, because I feel that is the biggest game that we have and we don't need to spoil ourselves with the, let's say, Arsenal versus West Ham. What do you think about that game?
Arsenal versus West Ham, the strange thing I'm going to tell you, when you take a look at those fixtures Arsenal have played for the last few seasons, they always meet
during this period.
West Ham after or during
Christmas.
When
Saka is satisfied, like
when
you.
So they met last season at a time like now, and Arsenal won, I think 3-1. It was a game which West Ham scored fast through penalty, and this is a 3-1 win for Arsenal. Come on, I know it's gonna be tough because West Ham are good going forward.
Well, I think after Liverpool's game, Arsenal will come to this match with guns blazing. They will want to show London.
Beat Liverpool.
London. So I think they will win this game 2-1. Or could be 3-1, but I'm still sticking with the 2-1.
Today you've copied me almost everything. Anyway.
All right. So I stick with 3-1. On the same match day, Liverpool will be playing Burnley. And they will be playing Burnley away from home.
This is not the right time for Burnley to meet Liverpool after facing Arsenal. And I'm giving them a 3-0 win.
That's very easy because it looks like Burnley are very much struggling at the moment. And it could be a game where
you failing. Man.
Yeah, I think Liverpool will score and could keep a clean sheet. And I'm going for a 2-0 victory for Liverpool in that one. Moving on to Matchday 20 with these teams, I think we have already discussed Liverpool because they were playing Newcastle.
Yes.
But now for Arsenal, they are playing Fulham. Fulham is at Craven Cottage at home. What do you think?
Derby,
yeah. London derby.
And I think Fulham was the first team to steal a point from Arsenal.
Yes.
And it happened at the Emirates Stadium.
Uh-huh.
Now they are away. Arteta knows if you play against Fulham and a team like Crystal Palace, at the end of the day, you need to open the gap, score one goal, add the second and add the third. If not, if you just fumble just 1-0 lead until 90th minute, they'll equalize.
Yeah.
So Arteta knows you need to take your team there and ensure you score goals. 3-0 win for us.
3-0 for
I know
Arsenal.
away Craven Cottage is not easy, but then again the fixtures they are coming thick and fast for its advantage for the big teams because of squad depth.
Well, you are right. Arsenal could win this game because Arteta will adjust his tactics. He'll not want to concede a late goal as he did at Emirates. And this is a chance for Arsenal again to grab other points after West Ham. And I think they will win, but it's going to be marginal because Fulham have a formula of holding down the London teams. So I'm going for a 2-1 victory for
the
Arsenal. So if we tally all these points that we've talked about, especially the first two teams that we know on the table, you'll see, I think, if it goes your way, Arsenal are back at the top.
Yeah.
Arsenal will still remain
at the top.
At the top. And I think if it goes my way, Liverpool will be number one. But then again, let's not forget.
If it goes Rock's way, then I think Aston Villa will be at the top.
Yes, it could be because Aston Villa, if they make a good run and anything happens
maybe
between these
Arsenal,
games,
Liverpool draw.
Yeah. So it will be exciting. It's going to be the best festive period we have because
I'm just waiting for another banter
fixtures.
like which team has been at the top at the end of the year and not win
the Premier League.
The Premier League.
Yeah. So it's exciting. So we wait for these fixtures, and wherever you are, also your correct scores, you can let us know in the comment section what you think, especially the game against Liverpool versus Arsenal, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we move to the kick tip predictions, where we had correct scores that we had already predicted with our other friends who are also part of it, and we want more people to join. So reading the results, I can see here in Matchday 17.
Who is the elephant?
The elephant is none other than Vincent. He's still at the top.
I'm shy.
Is that you?
Yes, that's what they call it.
Well, yeah, so
I'm representing elephant.
Yeah, you grabbed 18 points and you had a number of correct scores. 2, as you said, Tottenham and the other game. And now it brings you to 51 points, as you can see over here.
Yeah.
And then number 2 is still Mushiri. Nana, I think that's Nana.
I think you overtook him. I thought you overtook him.
No, he overtook me.
All right.
And it's still like that now. So Nana had a correct score of Chelsea as well, 2-0 victory. And he had 13 points in the match day, and now he has 41 points. And then number 3 is me, and I had 2 correct scores as well, but I couldn't manage to overtake, and I have 36 points.
How many points did you get?
Never mind about that. But then we had Manu Papi. Okay, in the match day I had 14 points.
14 points.
Yeah.
Not bad.
And then we have Manu Papi.
Yeah.
Manu Papi also had a few good predictions. He had 8 points. And then he has 29 total points. And then lastly, we have Jostam. Jostam just joined recently, by the way. And you know what? He has 14 points already. So
he's already
he's coming for
above
us.
Moz.
Yeah, so we encourage you also to join the Kick Tip. We will find the link in the comment section and in the description section where you can also join the predictions and play with us. So,
we go straight to mentions.
Yes, our fans.
Fan appreciation.
Our lovable fans.
Yes, you start.
I start, right? So I have a number of names here, and these guys have always been engaging with us on Facebook. So I'm going to go quickly with them. I have SNTL. I don't know what kind of name is this, but SNTL is a diehard Arsenal fan, always coming to our comment section, especially on Facebook. We appreciate you, bro. We have Stanislas Mulehi Muhindi. This guy placed our Saturday bet.
Yes.
And he won around
1,000 plus.
1,000 plus shillings.
Yes.
I mean, and he came to us and said, Thank you so much, guys. Your tips are working.
We nailed it over the weekend.
We appreciate you, and we thank you for that evidence, because we'll also show it here. We have Baduna. So I don't know
Where do you get those names? Last time you had Ta, I don't know what.
But you had Wamunyima.
Wamunyima, I had it because of Mwas.
They Munyimad Mwas.
Yes, they Munyimad Mwas.
Well, yeah, I have Baduna. Baduna, I think he's a Man United fan.
Yeah.
And he's always on our comment section. I remember when we made the post about Arsenal playing Liverpool, he came and said, now this is the time for other teams to be at the top. So I think he was insinuating that Aston Villa will be at the top.
Be at the top.
We have Plangat. Hey, Plangat Vinicius. Plangat Vinicius, he also came to the comment section and said, when we posted about KDB, KDB is back.
Yeah.
He said, I think Arsenal will be, are feeling sick right now. Thank you so much for your engagement, Vinicius. And then last but not least, we have this guy from Nigeria called Tony Adebayo. Always, every time we post anything, you are there, you're trying to comment and have constructive opinions. We salute you, bro, and we appreciate you so much. How about your end?
On my side, I have around 5 fans, and I'll start with a friend of Leo called Kiarie. I think he's an Arsenal fan. And number 2, you have Idak Ibrahim from all the way from Sudan.
Wow.
Yes, we have Obure, K.E. And we have another guy called Frankie Chitechi.
What?
Yes.
Frankie Chitechi is my homie. Big up, bro. Thank you so much for engaging
your
with
homie
us.
Following you, man.
Yeah, man. You know, when you get correct scores right, they come and they engage with you because they know this guy. We used to go and watch football.
There is somebody who was saying we joined the Illuminati.
yeah.
We were nailing those correct scores. And the last person is, we call him Zindaba Mbeta.
Wow.
All the way from Malawi. Yes.
We appreciate you so much.
Malawi and Sudan fans represented so well. So we're just gonna thank you guys.
We appreciate
you guys
so much, and
we could not be here.
Yeah, we could not be here actually. And because it's the festive period, we wanna wish you well and enjoy the festive period. We also have a section where...
Did you just tell them Happy Christmas and Merry New Year?
Yeah, of course, because Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You see what you did there?
No, it's okay.
Yeah, but we love you so much. Keep engaging with us, and see you again. My name is Brian.
They call me Vincent.
And this is the Liquid Sports Show.